Breaking news. 3 million pages released. A hand-drawn sketch found in the files. Signed by Donald.
What do you want?
Imagine a birthday party. The year is 2003. The man celebrating is Jeffrey Epstein. And the guest list? Some of the most powerful names in the world. For years, the public was told that the so-called client list was a myth. When Epstein died in 2019, many believed the story ended there. But in 2026, newly released files reignited the controversy. Among the documents was something investigators referred to as a birthday book. Inside it were typed messages and signatures attributed to prominent figures. One particular entry, allegedly signed Donald, sparked intense media coverage and legal pushback. Those named have denied wrongdoing, and legal battles over authenticity continue. The book reportedly also included a message from former President Bill Clinton. His representatives have repeatedly stated that he had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes. However, the renewed scrutiny has led to growing calls for further questioning and greater transparency. But the biggest controversy wasn't just about who appeared in the book. It was about what happened after the files were released. When the documents became public, thousands of names were redacted. Entire sections were blacked out. Officials stated that these redactions were necessary to protect victims and prevent further harm. Protecting survivors, they argued, had to remain the top priority. However, some lawmakers and transparency advocates questioned whether every redaction truly served that purpose. They argued that while victim identities must remain confidential, certain high-profile names connected to the investigation appeared to have been withheld without clear explanation. Two members of Congress later reviewed unredacted materials inside a secure facility. After examining the full files, they publicly stated that several influential individuals had been concealed in the public release. According to them, the issue was not about victim protection, but about shielding powerful figures from embarrassment or scrutiny. Following mounting pressure, additional names were disclosed. Among them were prominent business leaders and international executives. All of those individuals have denied any criminal wrongdoing. Still, the debate intensified around one central question. Why were these names shielded in the first place? The controversy did not stop there. Attention also turned toward tech billionaire Elon Musk. Reports highlighted email exchanges between Musk and Epstein that allegedly took place years after Epstein's first conviction. Musk has publicly stated that he never visited Epstein's private island and has denied any involvement in criminal activity. He described his interactions as limited and professional. Even so, critics questioned why any association continued after Epstein had already been labeled a convicted sex offender. Supporters argued that email contact alone does not imply wrongdoing. Detractors insisted that public figures should have exercised greater judgment. As more details circulated, public frustration grew across the United States. Protests erupted under the slogan, "No Kings." Demonstrators gathered in major cities, carrying signs demanding equal accountability under the law. Their message was direct. In a democracy, no one, no matter how wealthy, powerful, or politically connected, should be above legal scrutiny. University campuses saw organized walkouts. Student groups called for deeper investigations and institutional transparency. Activists demanded clarity on how redaction decisions were made and who authorized them. In the United Kingdom, past associations involving political figures resurfaced in public debate. Although no new charges were announced, renewed attention brought fresh scrutiny to historical connections. For many protesters, the issue is no longer just about Epstein. It has become symbolic of something broader: the belief that elite networks may operate under a different standard of accountability. At the center of this debate is a fundamental question: is transparency applied equally or selectively? The 2026 file release has become more than a document dump. It has become a test of institutional credibility. Information often surfaces not by accident, but because of sustained public and political pressure. Without scrutiny from lawmakers, journalists, and citizens. But transparency alone does not equal justice. The real question now is what happens next. Will any of the individuals whose names surfaced face formal investigations? Or will the public attention gradually fade? The distinction between being named in documents and being proven guilty in court remains critical. Still, for many observers, the broader issue remains unresolved. If powerful individuals are consistently linked to scandals without consequences, public faith in institutions weakens. Transparency may be the first step, but accountability is the final test. So, what do you think? Will this moment lead to structural change? Or will history